Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today we have a very juicy piece of news regarding VeChain VET. And honestly, I'm not 1000% sure what different cryptos I'm going to put in this video because there's just so much going on right now in the crypto space. But VeChain specifically is one of my absolute favorite altcoins. Yet right now, it's literally not getting the appreciation that it deserves, but it's actually quite logically so because the price is not doing so well. So it's a logical one, right? It's logical that they're not getting as much appreciation because they're not doing so well, which is like a little death spiral, I'd say. But the fact still remains that, well, the crypto itself is pretty damn good and it's a very good idea. So to that degree, let's cover a couple of different things. First of all, big for VeChain. POA 2.0 to be released and start a new era for blockchain and the real world mass adoption. Peter Joe said over on Twitter, "Hey VFam, the latest stage of POA 2.0, i.e. the VIP 220 or FOB finality gadget, has been running as expected on testnet, and I'm looking forward to all of the stakeholders vote that would enable the mainnet deployment." And that is a response to Collecting Vet, whom said, "Why is POA 2.0 such a big deal?" Quote, "For the first time in a public blockchain, POA 2.0 will combine the main types of blockchain consensus to achieve the holy grail of mechanisms for the real world environment," end quote. So yeah, honestly, straight off the bat here, I'm pretty excited about this. This is more so technical, right? So it's not so much about the hype or anything like that. I don't think announcements like POA 2.0 are that hyped up. I mostly think tech-wise or longevity-wise, these are very important steps. And actually, guys, let me know down below if you're a VeChain holder. And if you are, make sure you also press that like button. It will be greatly appreciated. But yeah, let's continue. So the block finality provides an absolute security guarantee for blocks that fulfill specific conditions. It is an essential property of any modern blockchain system, which is why the VeChain blockchain dev team has been pursuing this property to improve its consensus algorithm. Now we have the VIP 220 proposal. The team proposed a design and implement a finality gadget known as FOB. Thus, they can run dual consensus modes, Nakamoto and Byzantine fault tolerance consensus, simultaneously instead of replacing the proof of authority consensus with a completely new one. A FOB is a simple design with little redundancy to the current POA build Tor protocol. And we can actually go on for a very long time, but you guys get the idea, right? There's a little bit of the tech side in terms of upgrades and changes. There's a lot happening, but it's mostly in the background. You know, the majority of people are not going to know about this nor care, but I think it's interesting to kind of note here, and potentially it's nice to read up more about the actual changes. But again, it depends kind of on how much you're into this for. If you're just here for the price increase, this obviously does not matter too much. Then again, for longer terms, I think it is pretty nice if you understand your altcoins a little bit better and you understand what type of new upgrades or what type of changes have what type of effect for the price, but also for the longevity of the project. Now, is this POA 2.0 going to change everything? I don't think so. It's not going to change too much, but these are nice additions to an already properly working system that, as of this point, we all know, is pretty undervalued. Here it says why VeChain is attractive at 2 cents. Is Vet aiming for a big move? Now, in terms of TA, I'm going to be honest with you here. There is indeed a couple of I'm going to say there are a couple of different reasons as to why we can expect a pretty big move. Right now, of course, we're already a little bit further. I believe it's already the 2nd of October, and we've not gone into a crazy price frenzy just quite yet. But really, just following this chart right here, indeed, it is looking as if we're going to get some sort of crazy breakout coming up rather shortly. But you guys understand it, and I understand it very, very well as well, that for a breakout to happen with VeChain, the chances are pretty ridiculously high that it is going to happen solely if Bitcoin actually goes on some crazy rush, right? Right now, VeChain Q2 financial report shows a 44% loss from 1.2 billion. We know that everything in crypto is not doing so good. And we all know that VeChain, and I guess what they're trying to build, it takes time. They're helping out this world for the better, but it's kind of hard to explain or I guess elaborate upon how exactly they're going to make this worth it for them on the short term. I would say they've gone for a crazy sponsorship in terms of marketing like UFC, but in general, their marketing is not that top tier. It's mostly in the sense of getting these crazy partnerships going, building out that list, and I think eventually go for heavier marketing, like, for example, this UFC partnership, which is interesting because you'd kind of think it's the opposite of what they're trying to achieve, you know, with sustainability and whatnot. I'm not sure how UFC exactly fits. I guess it's a sustainable sport. You always have people that are able to fight. So for that reason, I guess I can kind of see how that fits into play, or you can see exactly on the blockchain. I guess it would be interesting to see exactly on the blockchain, you know, what punch was thrown first or whatever the scores may be. not so sure if that is exactly what they're planning to go for. But I guess in terms of marketing jets, they've not turned them on fully. But it's a very big partnership, right? A partnership with UFC. Now, VeChain holds hundreds of millions in Bitcoin, Ethereum, VET, and stablecoins to become the #1 blockchain project in the world. This was the major news over the last couple of days. The VeChain Foundation's Q2 financial report is now available over at vechain.org. And as always, we remain dedicated to providing transparency related to the expenses and assets under management at the VeChain Foundation. And people are going crazy because apparently the VeChain Foundation's financial reports for the second quarter of 2022 shows that it holds $530 million worth of crypto reserves, which is very nice. The company's crypto valuation for Q2 is 44% less than that of Q1, but that is logical as the crypto space decreased so significantly much over this period. And it's the same thing for mining companies, it's the same thing for anything in the crypto space. Well, as the valuation of the cryptos go down, the valuation of the companies go down. And I think that is quite logical. But if you're wondering what's next for VeChain, again, we have ourselves a couple of different tech upgrades. We have ourselves a potential little breakout up and coming in terms of, if Bitcoin breaks out, it's very likely that VeChain is going to go a little bit exponential here. Over the longer term, these partnerships will prevail, as we all know. We are quite sure that right now, since it's down 44%, which mostly is because the crypto market is down so much, that I personally think it is quite undervalued. Would I buy a lot of VeChain right now? I'm going to say there's actually a little bit more room to go down further. I mean, they're properly backed. They have a proper use case, and they're moving forward very, very well. So longer term, this is one of the amazing projects, or one of the most amazing projects, and it's most likely going to remain that way. But if you ask me, should I buy a crazy ton right now? I'm going to say there's not anything that spectacular that's changing up tomorrow, or really any one of these days. It's not as if it's like really, really close by. But VeChain is definitely one of the coins that I'm not selling as of this point, and I'll definitely add more of consecutively. So basically, for example, every single week I buy some crypto and I will add it to that list and make sure I buy it every week. But it's not like XRP, for example, where I'm telling people like right now is really the best time to stack up like a maniac because you might not ever get a chance this good. With VeChain, there's not some crazy announcement like that. So for that reason, I'm being a little bit more chill, I guess. But yeah, VeChain is huge. It's going to be huge. Guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today. And by the way, guys, make sure you check out